Limit Breaker Zoro. Roanoa Zoro, the pirate hunter, or should I say former pirate hunter. His bounty still says the pirate hunter as his moniker, so we're just gonna go with that. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, one of the most controversial characters when it comes to the One Piece story, and I've seen it firsthand whenever I do a video on Zoro. It's like if I say anything that goes against Zoro, it's crazy in the comment section. It was pretty hilarious because Zoro is actually my sixth favorite Straw Hat. Sixth favorite One Piece character in the entire story. I love Zoro as a character, but I get called as a Zoro hater sometimes. So you got to be very careful with your words when talking about Zoro, or else it's night, it's over. But I want to give a quick shout out to Austin Fernandez, who I haven't seen recently, but he has been a diehard supporter of Zoro since I started the channel. So I got to give him a shout out. And I gotta say right now, Zoro, it's funny because pre-time skip, he's always been trying, going his hardest and doing things that are miraculous. Now, post-time skip, he's not really trying. He's taking it easy, and it's because nobody can really give him that big of a challenge to make him actually go all out. And I can't wait to see him go all out. Now, ever since the East Blue, when Zoro was pretty much first introduced, we knew that Zoro could take it. He can handle these crazy situations. Like I remember when the situation with Axan Morgan and how he was left out there, and pretty much they were going to execute him after he was starving and everything. He was eating a rice cake, I think a rice cake off the ground. That's how hungry he was. And that was crazy, That really made a lot of people did not like Helmeppo, but Helmeppo has been changing for a lot of people. Some people have grown to like him now that he's with Kobe. And we also know that Zoro got stabbed in the back by Buggy and was still fighting Buggy's right-hand man. So it just shows how strong. Well, it really wasn't Buggy's right-hand man, because I think it was the other dude, Beast Tamer Moji. But definitely gotta say it was like the left-hand man. So yeah, Zoro has showcased it. I remember when he was carrying the steel cage that Luffy was in, and he bled out pretty much. Like he didn't bleed out, but he was bleeding like crazy. Those are first signs of Zoro showing how he can go to the limit. But the actual fight I gotta talk about, the main fight in the East Blue that I want to discuss, is the Zoro versus Mihawk, and that was a crazy moment. It had a very inspirational moment. I was very sick, but I gotta say this moment, he did get wrecked by Mihawk, and he didn't just get wrecked. He got embarrassed. Mihawk was using a little pocket knife, and he was messing up Zoro, and it got to the point where Mihawk actually gave respect to Zoro for fighting this hard and used his actual sword and pretty much dusted and broke his swords. And Zoro's like, hey, a sword on the back is a shame. So he pretty much turned himself towards Mihawk, and Mihawk slashed him, and Mihawk was very impressed. But it's crazy because like I'm watching this playoff series in the NBA, and I'm seeing these players that are they're not really trying their hardest because they're afraid to get embarrassed, but in that sense, they're actually getting embarrassed because of that. So I gotta say, the fact that Zoro tries his hardest and doesn't really care about getting embarrassed and goes all out, much respect. He goes and he breaks the limit. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in the East Blue, now we had the Arlong Park, and we saw very amazing things like Sanji beating a fishman underwater. Sanji really showcased how smart he is as a character when he defeated that fishman, so I gotta give him some respect. We had Luffy, and a lot of people say, he did not defeat a fishman underwater. I mean, like, he actually got the fishman out of water pretty much by outsmarting it, and then he defeated it. And then we had Luffy beating Arlong, a lot of crazy stuff. Now, we've seen many crazy stuff from Luffy before that, but just him breaking Arlong's weapon, breaking Arlong's nose, and breaking Arlong's pretty much his park, and with the axle, that crazy attack. So gotta give some respect to Luffy. But the most crazy thing I remember from this arc is, well, not really crazy, but more like, whoa, spooky thing that no one talks about is when Arlong saw Zoro's injuries. Yes, when Arlong saw Zoro's injuries and all the accumulation of what Zoro's been going through with the Mihawk stuff, and like, it was crazy. He's like, what's wrong with this guy? He knew that Zoro was special. He knew Zoro was not just any swordsman. And from that, he was a little like, this is a guy who was Arlong from the Fishman Island. He's one of the top dogs of Fishman Island, and he's very intimidated by seeing Zoro's scars. Oh yeah, very lit. Also can mention that Zoro defeated Hachi, but I don't think that was really much. The fact that Zoro was injured, you gotta say, okay, you gotta give him respect. So he defeated a fishman, and not just any fishman, the second best swordsman fishman, and fishmen have 10 times the strength as human, and he was injured, so I give respect to Zoro for that. Now, getting out the East Blue, in the early times in the Grand Line, we had the famous Whiskey Peak Massacre, where pretty much Zoro assassinated a bunch of assassins. Yeah, it's very hilarious. These guys, Baroque's work, they try to go at Zoro. I remember a crazy moment where Miss Monday was trying to show her strength, and Zoro pretty much outshowed her in strength. So that was crazy. And also a moment is a little garden, yeah, when Zoro was stuck with Nami and Vivi. Zoro was about to cut his legs off, yo. He was halfway through, like his leg, well, not halfway through, but he was very into his, like, he actually started cutting his legs off, and that takes guts, yo. And that he's definitely a crazy dude, like I said. But I want to talk about something really here. Alabasta, yes. Zoro versus Dazbones. Zoro versus Mr. One, if you guys don't know his name. Mr. One, the man who pretty much can make himself steel blades. And there was a lot of blood loss in this battle. Dazbones pretty much had the edge, and it was looking like Zoro was about to lose. But this guy forced himself up, remembered what his teacher taught him, and Dazbones, yo, he was shook, yo. He was shook when Zoro got up. And yo, we saw that Shishi Sanson, like, he went in, Zoro went in. I gotta say, he cut steel, and I gotta give props to Zoro, man. It was litty. My second favorite moment in the entire One Piece series. Yes, my second favorite moment in the entire One Piece series. Thriller Bark. When the end of Thriller Bark, when Zoro, pretty much, this guy was going, he fought Ryuma. He was going at it with Oz Jr. So he was already tired. He was already done, yo, pretty much. And like, Zoro took a huge hit from Oz Jr. But even after going all out in a battle, multiple battles, he actually attempted to fight another warlord, Kuma. And that's when you gotta give some respect to Zoro. Like, this guy was already drained. Yes, Kuma did have the upper hand, Ursa's shock. Zoro still survived that with Sanji and Brook. But yeah, Zoro knew, like, he knew he could not defeat Kuma. And he knew that his captain life, yo, if he can't protect his captain, why should he even go for being the greatest swordsman? When I heard that, I'm like, yo, Zoro's loyalty to Luffy is crazy. And we had moments where Sanji was definitely going to be in that situation too, but Zoro knocked him out, and Zoro took that pain, and he didn't just die. Like, he was supposed to die from that pain. Kuma thought he would die, but he survived that pain. And that little bubble, and when Kuma sent him that little bubble, his body was going through chaos. So imagine that huge bubble that was waiting for him, all the blood he lost. Thriller Bark, yo, like I said, yo, the end of Thriller Bark, my second favorite moment in the entire One Piece series. He survived that. That's just crazy. And speaking of Thriller Bark, these injuries definitely carried on in other arcs. Yeah, Saba Odi, we saw it. He couldn't really fight the Pacifista. And we also have him with Kizaru, that situation. But it also carried on to the time skip. Not the time skip, but like the beginning of it, when he gets sent out to a different island by Kuma. And yeah, that island did belong to Mihawk. And Mihawk's like, okay, this guy, like, he wants me to train him? Like, what's wrong with this guy? You couldn't even defeat the baboons. But Zoro actually defeated those crazy baboons who have been watching fighting and actually learned how to fight from humans going at each other. They observed and they learned that, and they were very impressive. And Zoro, an injured Zoro, actually defeated all the baboons. And when Mihawk saw that CEO, he was like, whoa, this guy is a little crazy. And Mihawk, like, recognized this guy would not just bow down to his person he's trying to surpass and ask him to train him for no reason. He knew there was a different cause, and it was Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy was that different cause. Zoro was showing his loyalty again, sacrificing his pride. And I gotta say, yo, these are crazy moments pre-time skip that I just had to mention in the video. I know I talked about it for too long, but I just want to bring this out here. Limits breaking Zoro. Now, post time skip, yes, Zoro hasn't tried post time skip, but there are moments where I'm looking at this guy and thinking, oh my goodness. A good example is the Hody battle. Yes, the Fishman, the main antagonist of Fishman Island. This man Zoro, at the beginning of the arc, pretty much defeated this dude underwater. When you defeat a Fishman underwater, you gotta give some respect. You gotta give some respect to Zoro. The man had to be eating pills just to survive that and actually fight back. And as he eats these pills, these steroids, he gets stronger and stronger. But yeah, that Hody was not the final Hody. The final Hody was like double or triple, or I don't know how many steroids he took, so it was way stronger than that Hody. But you still gotta give props to Zoro. He defeated him with ease. And then we had Punk Hazard. Yes, Zoro actually defeating a dragon. I thought I would never say this, man. Zoro defeating the mythical creature, a dragon. Now, definitely it was a dragon created by Vegapunk, so I can't really say an actual dragon. But I gotta say, you gotta give some respect to this man Zoro. And then we have Zoro defeating the Snowbird, the Logia user Monet. He pretty much just intimidated her, not even using haki, and she couldn't bring herself back together. So just some cool moments from Punk Hazard. And Dressrosa, yeah, this guy in Dressrosa, he defeated a guy. Usopp said Pika's hand was the size of a city. So imagine Zoro cutting Pika in half, and then cutting Pika vertically and keeps on cutting him. That's a country-sized man, yo. This man is cutting a country-sized man. Yes, he did get some help from Olympus, but still, you gotta recognize this man is not even trying in the new world and he's doing these crazy things. Imagine when he actually tries and breaks the limits like he was doing pre-time skip. Yo, it's gonna be over. It's over. Now, just from these moments post-time skip, like I said, he hasn't been really trying like he has been pre-time skip. I can tell that Zoro is definitely hiding something he learned during the time skip. If you guys don't remember, Luffy's first challenge was Doflamingo. Doflamingo was Luffy's first challenge, and when Luffy fought Doflamingo, he brought out something crazy out his bag, and he actually had a flashback to his time skip training. And we see when Zoro's fighting Pika, he got a mini flashback to his time skip training. I expect that to happen again, and definitely show him and Mia going added, and people are saying it's going to be in the next couple arcs. Yo, Wano said to be starting to begin 2017, and it would be cool if it is, but I just feel like he's gonna have something that's crazy, but it has to be an opponent that has to bring in there, just like Doflamingo brought Luffy there. I'm guessing the Shogun is gonna be that opponent. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's where he's gonna break his limits. It's gonna be sick. Now, my question to you guys is this: do you think we will see the old Zoro pre-time skip, where his blood is everywhere, his endurance, his durability, just going at it, showing the crazy feats and breaking the limits to try to defeat an enemy? I expect it to happen soon. I feel like the reason why we haven't seen Zoro for so long, and we're not gonna see Zoro for a long time, is because it's gonna happen that moment in Wano. And I gotta say, I wouldn't be surprised if after he defeats the Shogun by somehow, some way, and goes all out, he might even have another crazy moment where like Kaido comes out of nowhere. Now I definitely feel like Zoro has no chance of defeating Kaido, but it might be a moment to show how fearless Zoro is and just goes at it with a Yonko. It'd be kind of cool, kind of fan servicey, but yeah, I think that would be kind of litty if they did happen. But let's just say this, yo, this man Rono Zoro, yo, everybody's been waiting for this moment, and when it happens, it's gonna be real, real. Somebody get me some lasagna. Yes, some lasagna. Like and share if you enjoyed. Like and share only if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more One Piece content. I'm the Legend Mac, and I'm gone.